Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining me today. I am really excited to talk about your experience with Lean Six Sigma course. Why don't we start with a quick introduction? Could you tell us about your current role and what is that you do?
Yeah, hi Martin. I've been with Balfour Beatty's Living Place for just under 18 months, and I'm quality advisor to East Sussex, West Sussex, and Southampton contracts. As I don't sit within any one contract, it gives me the unique position of observing best practice and lessons learned from different parts of the business and applying or suggesting them to each of the contracts where needed.
Now, you completed the course not too long ago, and from your perspective, how do you think the Lean Six Sigma adds value to the business like Balfour Beatty?
Well, Lean is one of Balfour Beatty's core values, and it sits directly under Balfour Beatty's Built to Last strategy. In order to remain a leader in the construction industry, it's essential that we remain agile in our approach to delivery, whilst continuously challenging our ways of working, improving health and safety and productivity, and eliminating waste and enhancing quality to maintain a competitive edge.
Okay, and on the personal level, how has the course helped you grow as a professional? What skills or insights have you gained that would have particular impacts on your role?
As a quality professional, I'm always looking to streamline and improve ways of working to avoid duplication of effort. And often I have to pitch these ideas to make change. Not everyone's a fan of change, but the Lean Six Sigma training has given me the additional tools and skills in order to build my case and present a more compelling proposition.
Now, I have to ask, have these skills influenced the way you approach challenges or decision-making process in your daily work?
Yeah, I would like to think I take a more considered approach to my decision making, being able to evidence necessary improvements more thoroughly when presenting my findings.
Now, moving on this one, let's talk about the one-on-one coaching. During the course, you had a chance to be part of that. And how did you find the coaching aspect of the program? Did it help you in applying these Six Sigma principles? Okay, I don't know if I lost you there. I'm going to say a question again.
I didn't hear that last one.
To those guys listening to us today, we have a bit of a technical dilemma. The network is not great, but we decided to go ahead with the interview anyway. So the question I was asking, Sarah, was about the one-to-one coaching part of the program. You did have a chance to be part of this as well. So part of the training itself, you and I had a bit of a one-to-one as well. So how did that play a role in the course and the project that you undertook as part of it?
The one-to-one sessions were very helpful in keeping me focused on delivering a project, and your coaching was always honest and open. With regards to applying the Lean Six Sigma principles, I found myself almost subconsciously now planning which tools to utilise prior to workshops and meetings.
Okay, I think
Martin, can you still hear me?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah. Were you just about to talk about the project?
We are making the most of it today, aren't we? So I was asking about the project, about the project itself. When you started your project, the idea was to put an improvement in place. But as you went through the project itself, at some point, you and your team decided to put the project on hold simplistically because of lack of technology that was actually able to fulfill the requirements, which is not a typical way of running the project or seeing its completion. So what exactly was the project all about, and why do we have to put it on hold because of the technology?
So the initial expectations for the project was to save time and reduce risk by keeping it was out of the road by utilising Apple's Measure app to capture defects, whilst also providing a digitally marked up image, and using physical tape. The project didn't get fully realised due to the app's limitations and existing requirements of marking out the defects in the road. However, the app does still have some application for measuring difficult and tall items such as signage, poles and arbouring. So the highway stewards will utilise the app for those requirements.
Mm-hmm. And even though the project has been paused, do you see any potential for it to be revisited in the future? And if so, what would need to change to get it back on track?
There's still an appetite for an appropriate app or software that can work on iOS devices without the need to purchase additional hardware. one that can accurately record the width, length and depth of a pothole. But currently none appear to exist without further development or a significant cost implication. Balfour Beatty is always looking for new technological advances to improve business, so perhaps there's a conversation to be had around utilising AI with the digital adoption team.
Sarah, thank you very much for sharing your experience. I have to admit, we did not anticipate all those technical glitches that were attacking us today. But even though it was great to hear how Lean Six Sigma can make a real difference in business and personal development. But before we wrap up, is there any advice you would give to someone thinking about taking a Lean Six Sigma course and applying it to their role?
I lost you completely then. Did you hear any of that?
No, I did not, but you're back. So I'm going to say the last thing I asked you before we wrap up this interview. I was obviously thanking you for being here today and talking about the Lean Six Sigma. It was amazing to hear from you. Before we wrap up, I was thinking, is there any advice you would give to people who are thinking about taking Lean Six Sigma course and applying this course to their roles in the business?
Yeah, the training can be applied across so many different areas of work and life, and the tools will stay with you and become second nature. Basically, who doesn't want to save time and have a more effective, efficient way of working?
Amazing. So, guys, once again, thank you for holding up with us today. This is one of those days where things on the technical side don't really go to plan, but even though I find all the info from Sarah of huge value, and I would hope that you find this of huge value as well. And if you are interested in anything that we do in terms of Lean Six Sigma, you can look us up online. You can find a lot of information on our website. But you can also look up other interviews that we have had in the previous months. So again, Sarah, thank you very much for being here today. Appreciate it, and hopefully this reaches the limit of technical issues that you and I are going to experience over the next few weeks.
Not a problem, Marcin. Okay,
Thank you
not
again.
a problem.
Thank you.